a calling that echoes in the soul. Imagine carrying a divine mission inside you, without a manual, without applause, without an audience. You've felt for as long as you can remember that you were sent to earth for something greater, as if you were taken from heaven and placed here with sacred purpose. But this greater purpose comes at a cost. In this message, we're going to dive into the deep spiritual wounds only God's chosen ones know. These aren't physical wounds. They don't show up on medical tests. They're invisible to most, yet deeply real. You will finally understand why you feel like a stranger in this world, why you carry silent pain others don't even notice, and above all, why God entrusted you with such a heavy burden. But in the end, you'll realize it's not a burden, it's an honor. The loneliness of an ancient soul. Chosen ones begin to feel this pain early in life. As children, they see through the lies of adults. They notice the incoherence of the world. Something always feels off. While others enjoy games and distractions, you are already contemplating life, death, eternity, and justice. It's as if your soul had lived many lives and was weary of superficiality. You try to connect with others, but it's like you're on a different wavelength. You speak of depth, they speak of trends. You seek meaning, they chase pleasure. You feel deeply, while others remain numb. This disconnection leads to a deep sense of loneliness. But that loneliness is the evidence that your frequency is higher. God separates the chosen for a reason. He shields them from the noise of the masses so they can clearly hear his voice. And it's in the quiet of solitude that he reveals divine secrets. This was true for Elijah, who hid in a cave, for Jesus, who withdrew alone to the mountains, and for John, exiled on the island of Patmos. Loneliness is not punishment. It is divine preparation. The burden of feeling too much. The chosen one walks into a room and feels the energy shift. You sense when something is wrong. You feel people's pain just by looking in their eyes. You perceive spiritual weight others don't notice. This is the gift of spiritual discernment, a gift that feels like a curse when it's misunderstood. You carry emotions that don't belong to you. You suffer for those who can't even recognize your presence. You absorb the wounds of a world that doesn't know how to heal. That's why many chosen ones isolate themselves, because they feel too much, because they carry too much. But your sensitivity is not weakness. It's a sacred tool. God gave it to you so you could intercede, protect, and awaken others. You are a vessel of healing. But who heals the vessel? Learn to protect your soul, pray, fast, disconnect from chaos, choose silence, set spiritual boundaries. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It's evidence of your divine assignment. You see what others can't because your mission is to awaken those still asleep. Rejection as a rite of passage. Chosen ones are often rejected, and this rejection cuts deep. You're left out of circles, ignored by people you once loved, misunderstood even when your intentions are pure. Your very presence disturbs the darkness in others. Your energy confronts hidden pain. Your essence reveals what they've tried to bury. You don't have to say a word. Your light already speaks. And many aren't ready for that light, so they push you away. They reject what they don't understand. But rejection purifies you. It's not punishment, it's redirection. God removes what doesn't align with your mission. He closes doors to open sacred ones. Never forget, the prophets were rejected. Jesus was rejected. The truth is always rejected by those who fear it. Don't seek acceptance in places where truth isn't welcome. The silence of God. There are seasons when the heavens go silent. You pray, you fast, you cry out, and nothing happens. The lack of response hurts more than any external battle. But God's silence is not abandonment, it's trust. He is the teacher who remains quiet during the test. He wants to see if you've learned to walk by faith, not by signs. The silence is not empty, it's sacred. It's where your roots grow deeper, where your dependence shifts from the outer world to your inner spirit. When everything is quiet, the divine is closer than ever. Angels are guarding you, the Spirit is watching you, and the Father is refining you. Keep going, don't stop. Silence always comes before revelation. Emptiness always precedes glory. The life of a chosen one is never ordinary. You didn't come here just to survive. You came to break chains, heal souls, awaken hearts, and shift generations. You know it. Every decision you make carries spiritual consequences. Every fall opens spiritual doors. Every prayer breaks spiritual chains. You fast for your bloodline. You intercede for generations. You cry in secret for people who don't even know you're praying for them. Your life feels like a battlefield, and it is. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, a divine portal, a living temple. That's why you feel exhausted, because you're carrying so much. But God renews you, He strengthens you, He covers you with grace. The mission is heavy, but the anointing is greater. The calling is difficult, but the reward is eternal. Your pain is the key. Every pain you carry is a code, a message, a spiritual marker. You're not suffering by accident. You're suffering because you were chosen. Loneliness shaped your intimacy with God. Sensitivity prepared you to heal others. Rejection redirected you to purpose. Silence taught you to walk by faith, and your mission revealed who you truly are. You are not broken. You are being sculpted. You're not suffering by accident. You're suffering because you were chosen. Every tear you've cried was seen. Every silent battle you fought was recorded in heaven. Every time you felt invisible, the heavens were watching. Your loneliness was not punishment. It was preparation. It created space in your heart for the voice of God. It disconnected you from the noise of the world so you could recognize the frequency of eternity. Your sensitivity was not weakness, it was a divine instrument. It trained your soul to feel what others ignore, to carry burdens, to sense danger, to be a channel for healing and truth. Your rejection was not failure, it was redirection. It pushed you out of places too small for your purpose. It removed people who couldn't walk with your calling. It carved a path straight into your destiny. The silence you faced wasn't God forgetting you, it was God forming you. He was training your faith, teaching you to trust without seeing, strengthening your inner voice to hear what others cannot. And your mission is what revealed the true you, not who the world said you were, not who trauma tried to make you, but who God whispered about before you were born. You are not broken, you are being sculpted. You are not abandoned, you are being set apart. You are not lost, you are being sent. You are chosen, handpicked by God, marked by heaven, feared by darkness, and now awakened. Now that you've heard this message, take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel. This is not just another video. This was a divine appointment between your soul and your purpose. This was the universe pulling you aside to whisper the truth you've tried to silence. Take a moment to reflect. Which of these spiritual pains did you recognize as your own? Which moments in your life suddenly made sense after this message? What wounds are still bleeding? What scars have become sacred symbols of who you've become? What silence once haunted you, but now feels like a sacred invitation from God? Because this message wasn't meant to entertain you. It was meant to awaken something ancient inside you, something buried, something holy, something ready. You've spent years wondering why you're different, why you don't fit in, why the world feels overwhelming, why you carry emotions and burdens that don't belong to you. But now you understand. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand apart, to rise, to lead, to ignite the souls of others through your own light. So I invite you now, don't keep this revelation to yourself. Share your truth in the comments. Let your voice echo across timelines. Let your story become the medicine someone else was praying for. Let us build together, not just a community, but a spiritual sanctuary. A holy refuge for all the chosen ones around the world who've been walking alone for too long. Here, you are not alone anymore. This is sacred ground, a place where pain meets purpose, where wounds turn into wisdom, where souls rise together. Subscribe to Alma Desperta. Let this be your spiritual home, a well of truth, a beacon of light. Turn on the bell and let the divine find you again and again, and share this video with someone who's lost, someone whose light is fading, someone who needs to hear right now that they are not broken, they are chosen, because you are light in a dark world. You are thunder in the stillness. You are clarity in confusion. You are healing in a time of hurt. You are the echo of truth in a generation that has forgotten who they are. You are not the end of a story. You are the beginning of a new era. And when the chosen ones awaken, the world doesn't just notice. The world begins to change.